only half the issue, half the opinion. So there would be times where I would play solo, and Paul would go, "That's it, that's perfect," and Gene would go, "I hate that." I'd be confused. So I'd have to sometimes split the difference. There were times where it was like, why don't we take the first half of what you like and put it with the second half of what I like? Maybe make a mix and match of that. With Blackie, it was only Blackie, so it was very simple. He never liked anything. And if I give him a dirty look, he'd go, "Yeah, it's great."
He's actually very fond of your playing, but I heard he's a very difficult guy to work with.
He is very difficult.
Yeah. Oh, we got a little junior member here that can say. Who was my favorite band growing up? I'd have to say the Beatles, you know, Led Zeppelin. There's a list, but those are two big ones. Cream was very important too, and of course Jimi Hendrix.
His guitar teacher.
Yeah, my guitar teacher. He used to come over. Remember that black guy? He used to come by. Mom and Dad were like, you know, they didn't understand what was
There
going
was
on.
only 4 then. I don't remember.
No, yeah, right. Yeah. All right, who else? Yeah, over here.
Michael Bologna. The ever popular Michael Bologna.
What was it like?
Michael Bologna. I'll tell you a story. A little known story, probably. We were in a band with Michael Bolton together, the 2 of us, and Michael Bolton. We were
Michael
auditioning for Polydor Records. We had a sound check right before the label showed up. We're looking at our watches. Where's Michael? Where's Michael? I don't know. He's not here yet. 10 minutes before they're supposed to arrive, Michael shows up. Michael, what's up? We're auditioning for a label. This is our ass. This is it. Well, I had to buy a pair of shoes. I couldn't audition in the shoes that I had.
Yeah, but the irony
That's
is,
when I knew it was time to leave.
the monitors were so big in the front, you know, no one ever saw his shoes anyway.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
But Michael was very much of a perfectionist, you know, and I guess that was the way he was, you know, kind of trying to be perfect for this audition, where already politically, I mean, the demo tape was great, and the business people we had around us were pretty strong, although it was a, you know, again, the business people, so it was pretty weird. The whole thing was weird.
You know what is unique about Michael is that I'm not sure I can think of anyone else who reinvented himself like he did. He was a rock singer, a hard rock singer who was thought of as, the label and everybody thought he was Robert Plant. They thought he was that kind of singer. And as it turned out, nobody paid any attention to him whatsoever, or to Blackjack, or to any of the other entities he had solo deals long before we even worked with him. That just never worked. Once he started writing R&B songs, not the end.
So maybe there'll be records in the year 2000. Yeah, there's a girl over here that wants to know. Yeah, go ahead.
It's so easy.
Yeah, amazing. But you know, when I played the Garden with Kiss, you know, in New York, that was a dream come true because I had seen other bands like Led Zeppelin and Hendrix play. So the fact that I was on the same stage.
Hendrix played in the living room when he showed you how to play.
Well, yeah, but this was different when it came, you know. So, and I'd love to say Atlanta in Ace's outfit, you know, and they're not going to suddenly reinvent what they're doing. You know, the thing about Kiss right now is this 4 original guys in makeup. So that's why it's a fair question that I'll answer with, like, I would always consider working with those guys if the time was right, but I can't see it happening anytime in the really near future because they're all working together, getting along very well, and they're making a huge success at it too. So why would they want to change it? You know, that's all. Yeah, over here. And the non-makeup band was still together. Generally, the tour design and vibe always came out of what the concept of the album was, cover-wise, and sometimes material-wise. Although, no matter what new record Kiss put out, usually no more than 3 songs were ever done in that show, because there's just so many songs from the past that people want to hear. So I don't have a clue what a Carnival of Souls stage would have been. You know, at one point we wanted to do like the Flaming Head kind of cover, and obviously when the record got kind of shelved and treated more like a bootleg by the time it was put out, I couldn't answer that fairly. But maybe it would have been, you know, some concept off of whatever the cover would have been. You know, so really, because if you think about it, that's where these records come from. You know, the record kind of dictates the cover, and then you try to think of a theme or a vibe for the stage show. But you know, Hot the Shade and Revenge. I was very proud of it, and there were people out there who see Kiss now over the last year, and they go like, wow, that's the biggest stage show I've ever seen. And I say it's a great show, but they should see some of the tapes on some of the older stuff. Everyone's been catching VH1's been running a lot of the old Kiss stuff, right? And people always say, oh, I saw you on TV. I'm like, cool. That's what worth the 12 years. You know, there I am, not, you know, in the band anymore, and then you're all of a sudden on TV all the time, you know, because they're digging up the past. So that's kind of cool. All right, the last question is this young girl over here. Here she is.
Did you ever try a Kiss makeup on to see what it looked like?
I think I should try that sometime. I never did, no. Maybe tonight we can all kind of gather around and paint me.
I have some picture ideas on what we would like Bruce to be. We're going to come up with some great concept. The antelope, the jackal.
No, I'd want, maybe I should be, you know, you can have like four of them, you know, just all four.
I mean, like a combo platter.
Yeah, combo platter, yes.
How many go?
Hey, for
Bob, star over one eye, I think over here, a space thing down there.
Hey, for Bob, when you did Paul Stanley's solo tour, how much fun was it playing on stage with Paul, and who were the other members in the band on the solo tour?
The other members of the band, Eric Singer, which was the first time that he was involved in any Kiss-related item, and he was great to play with. Gary Corbett, who was the keyboard player who played some keyboards on some of the live shows. Is that allowed to say? Can I say that? Yeah, I said it. Okay.
He's in the tour book.
Yeah, in the tour book. There he goes, Gary Corbett. Dennis St. James, a.k.a. Dennis Feldman, who was the singer in Skull, the band that I had briefly. He played bass and sang, and of course Paul. As far as that tour goes, the treat for me was to play the songs that I played on the solo record. So when we did Tonight You Belong to Me, or a couple of the other songs, that was special to me because I was playing what I played on the record, not playing somebody else's stuff. So that was exciting. And I have to say, Paul Stanley is probably the best frontman I ever worked with. Not, other than Meatloaf, who was also a phenomenal frontman. Paul Stanley was great, and the tour was an amazement. At first it was supposed to be like a handful of shows. You'd be like, what do you think about going and doing 5 or 6 shows? Sure, great, sounds like fun. Next thing you know, 40 shows, then the West Coast shows. But it was great, and you know, it was unfortunate that we didn't do Europe or Japan, but I know Bruce and Eric and Gene weren't wild about Paul doing a solo tour, and I couldn't say that I blamed them. So it came to an end rather abruptly.
I think probably ran its course. Although we, you know, during the convention tour, the official one, we sometimes acoustically jammed some Paul solo stuff. It was fun.
Which was great.
Right? We did Goodbye, or one of those songs.
Yeah, Goodbye.
We did, yeah. It was cool. All right, what's next, Phil? Are we kind of wrapping this one up? All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break here, and then you're going to bring up the members of what? The Jimi Hendrix Experience? They're coming up here?
Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to have Bob over at the union table with Bruce, and Bob's got some photos.
Get away with sitting down in this chair. Get away with sitting in this chair. Alright, big day. I don't want anybody to get behind. Y'all seen John?
No, we can probably smell him. He's not down there.
Really?
All that cologne. I saw him during the Q&A, but I don't know what's happening.
Really? Any clue how
That way they're making a bunch of
Bruce Kulick, Brent Fitz, Jay Hunting Union.